Hey, what's going on? It's Michael from Reality Hacker, and it's late. It's a late today, and I'm really excited to share with you some of this work I've been doing personally that really I feel has radically affected my manifesting journey, how I go about my life, planning my vision, my goals, and how I navigate the path to getting where I want to go. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is, I don't remember the exact reference, but essentially, without vision, people perish. You know, one of the biggest things I've noticed with people that get into manifesting or creating their lives is, it's not, and this is not everybody, this is not a broad generalization, but I notice a lot, there's not a bigger vision. A lot of it is focused on material things like getting cars and getting wealth and, all those kinds of things. And that's great. I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like cars, money, houses, awesome, big fan, right? All the good stuff there. But a lot of people don't know why they want those things. A lot of people, if you ask them, hey, well, why do you want the house like that? Maybe it's an answer of like, oh, well, I get to wake up next to the beach. And it's like, I love that. That's awesome. But what if the response was, well, I get to wake up next to the beach and then I get to my emails and my work and then I host retreats at this place and then I rent it out on Airbnb once a month and I get, half my rent or my mortgage paid. So all of a sudden, the why behind the gratitude, behind the feeling, behind the thing is so much more drawn out. It's very detailed. And I think that if you're having a hard time, right? Because here's the thing, I'll be real with you. Like thinking about living in a big house, like thinking about driving a big car, like the moment you begin to manifest that stuff, it doesn't matter as much because I've had, 500 square foot apartments and I've had 7,000 square foot houses. At the end of the day, what really matters is the why. Because if you have houses and cars and money, but you have no purpose, you have nothing to do with them, you're not giving life, bringing life into the world, then it's like most people that are in that position, they're very poor emotionally, mentally. It's like the wealth is great, but what's the vision here? And this is something that I want you to consider, right? What is the vision behind your desire? And yes, you can absolutely go into the state of the wish fulfilled and you can imagine yourself having and being and doing what you want to have. But I will tell you what, having a vision behind your why, right? Having a detailed, this is why I want the things that I want, that will give you so much more natural power, natural oomph or strength to move and to take those opportunities that create bridges of incidents that lead you to the outcome or the result of what it is that you want. Clarity is your best friend, right? Write that down. If you've got a whiteboard, if you've got something you look at every day, clarity is your best friend because where there is not clarity, there is chaos. Where there is no clarity, there is chaos. And here's the thing, right? If you're here and you're like me, right? I grew up in a lot of different oppressive situations from foster homes, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. The idea here is to completely build a new cycle, a new paradigm for myself, for my life, for my family, so that I can become something that has never been, right? From a very high level, right? I use that very, very high. But if we don't have a vision, we don't have purpose. And if we don't have purpose, there's no point in pleasure, right? I love pleasure. I love pleasure with a purpose even more, right? Pleasure is awesome. Pleasure that is supported by purpose gives you the highest high in all of existence. So this is my question for you. This is a great exercise for you to get into with your desires, whether it's money, whether it's promotion, right? The whole goal here is to begin to think and live and feel as though you are what you want to be, right? So begin to detail that out. Why do you want what you want? And if you don't know, maybe it's time to reconsider that that's not actually what you want. Maybe it's what somebody else has wanted for you, or maybe it's what you thought you wanted, and that's okay. Right? But let's get into the vision. Let's get into the details, right? Write a vision and make it plain. Write a vision and make it plain. Live as though you are what you want to be. But it's so hard to live as though you are what you want to be if you don't know what you want to be. And it's hard to know what you want to be if you don't know why you want to be what you want to be. But when you know why you want to be what you want to be, all of a sudden an entire world of vision and opportunity opens up to us. See, most people have no concrete purpose. And here's the thing about purpose. The fundamental truth about purpose is that there is no purpose. And that's the beauty of this matrix, is that you can design your purpose. Any preemptive purpose that you believe is yours becomes your purpose, right? So there's no manifest destiny that you're eventually going to get to. Destiny is a complex, never-ending evolution of climatic events, right? All of which are completely determined by you. So this is why building out your vision can really help you shape the narrative, the inner monologue that is pressed upon your subconscious that then goes out into the world. The more vision, the more details, the more clarity, the more power, the more potency. But man, if I don't have the vision, if I don't have the details, if I don't have the clarity, the potency is gone. What an amazing concept here. Clarity is your best friend. And this has become so apparent for me over the last couple of years, the last year and a half especially. If I am not clear on why I am doing what I am doing, and if I am not clear on the details behind why I'm doing what I'm doing, and I just jump into things without really considering how they play into my bigger plan, I might run the risk of diving into things that end up mindless, that end up causing me to act unconsciously. And while there are lessons in those scenarios, the idea here is that we leverage our understanding of the law to move in a direction that supports our well-being. And this is what I want you to give yourself permission to feel and think and be. Look, if nobody has given you permission, this is your permission, right? This is your permission. You can have, you can be, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And nobody can stop you from doing that. And the more detailed, the more clear your vision is, the more potent it becomes. And as you step into those visualizations, as you live in the state of the wish fulfilled, all of a sudden, you have so many more details. You have so many more congratulatory conversations you can have. You have so many more different ways you can stimulate your nervous system to walk as though you are what you want to be. And as a result, because the world is ourselves outpictured, we get not what we want, but exactly what we are. Clarity is your best friend. If you have not taken advantage of clarity lately, do it. Figure out, inventory, look at all your desires. Why do you want them? What are you going to do when you have those things? How are you going to act? How are those desires going to connect to the next thing that you want to do? Allow yourself to get clear. Don't be afraid of the failure. The failure doesn't matter because all failure is an equation with improper variables. They're not even wrong, right? Failure is just putting an equation together with the wrong variables. That's fine, or improper, right? They're not wrong, they're improper. So what I want to do is I want to marinate in that vision and really think about this. The clearer I am on my vision, the more extensive I am in my vision, okay? The more there is for me to really ruminate on, the more events I can sit in my consciousness, the more wish-fulfilled states and options and inventories there are available for me. But the less I know about who I want to become and why I want to become that person or that state more so, the harder and more confusing it is for me to get there. So what is the most important thing here? Clarity. And the truth is, in all of your clarity, you might still fail, right? You might still end up in a place where you're like, look, I need to get more clear. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of all of this. You will get clearer and clearer and clearer, right? But that's up to you and always up to you. You are powerful. You are worthy. You are amazing. You are potent. You are infinite. You are God. If you have any feedback, comments, questions, go ahead, subscribe, like, comment, interact. I love you. I love engaging with you. I love hanging out with you. If you want some clarity on some of this, go ahead and write something out. I want to talk about it. Let's work through it. Let's really get ourselves to a place where we know why we want, who we want, what we want, and we're going after it and we're living from it constantly. Because that is the beauty here. That is the opportunity that we have, the opportunity to live from the state of my wish fulfilled. You are amazing, powerful, awesome, worthy, lovely. Love you. Bye.